And welcome to my daily devotional for Saturday, the 12th of November. And we continue to read from Galatians chapter 2 and verse 10. Only that we should remember the poor. This I was also keen to do. All rabbis were supposed to have a trade and support themselves in order to give their teaching free. Today there are many pastors or ministers who work in the world in order to support the work of ministry to which Jesus has called them. As mentioned, we do not know how Jesus and the disciples supported themselves. It is the responsibility of us all to work so that we may eat and not be poor. The one who is stealing must not steal any more, but rather give his energy to working hard with his own hands, so that he might have something to give to those in need. And that is what Paul said in Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 28. Paul was an example of not being a burden on the churches by working to support himself and the ministry to which Jesus had called him. It will be interesting and of value for us to consider the provisions that God had made for the poor within the nation of Israel. There were a number of things that God commanded his people to do in regards to the poor, such as not charging interest on money lent to the poor. A coat given in a pledge had to be returned at night, since it was needed for their warmth. Generosity was to be shown to the poor, and all debts were to be cancelled in the 7th year. Some of the tithes had to be distributed to the poor, and the poor had to be allowed to share in the celebration of the feast. Those who were hired for work had to be paid their wages at the end of the day. Crops were to be left at the edge of the fields so that the poor could collect them, and this is called gleaning. Now have a great day.